Area of parallelograms and rectangles first. Now, we remember when I talk about parallelograms, a square is a parallelogram, a rectangle is a parallelogram, a rhombus is a parallelogram, all those four-sided shapes that are parallelograms. So the same formula works for all of them. It's a pretty complicated formula. Area is equal to base times height. Okay? Now, the base can be either side of the parallelogram. But the height is the length of the corresponding altitude. All right, so let me reset my pen real quick and then we'll get going. Now, that doesn't really make a lot of sense to me per se. Get out of there. So, you're going to see a shape that's a parallelogram. All right, let's call this side 3, this side 4. Do you have enough information to find the area of that parallelogram?
Yes.
No. So that's where the only part that confuses people. This is the base. This 3 is not the height. That's the other base. Okay, the height is the distance between bases. So it'd be like that length right there. We'll call that, you'll usually see a right angle there. We'll call that 2. Now, do you have enough information to find the base? Yeah, now you do. So base times height, area is equal to base times height. Or the area is equal to 4 times 2. So what's the area? 8. And then you're good to go. Pretty much the complexity of what we're doing today, guys. Base times height.
Until it gets different shapes.
This lays a foundation for the rest of the year. So be careful. Don't use the 3 because the 3 does not have a height over there. That kind of makes sense? So it's always the distance between the base that you're calculating. So let's kind of stumble through this one. Here is a shape, and it's asking you to find the area of that shape. What formula do you use? Base times height. Area equals base times height. What is the base that you want to use, or the base that you have to use? 9. So area is equal to 9 times 7. And then you do 9 times 7, area equals 63 feet squared. Make sure that you have your units. Area is always in the square units. If you don't put your units, it's wrong.
Really?
Really. Because if I say 63, what are you talking about? Unicorns? Puppies? Pieces of candy? Nobody knows. Did you say 63 feet? Is the area 63 feet long? No, because it's feet squared. It's square feet. That's why the tiles on the floor are squares. Each tile is 1 square foot. They're actually mathematically 12 inches big. So I need 400 square feet to cover the floor of this classroom. That's why each tile is 1 square foot. They give you 400 tiles. Good. All right, let's try it again. Try to find the area of this parallelogram.
Base times height.
Base times height. Area is equal to base times height. What is the base that we're going to use now? 3.5. What's times 12? So 3.5 times 12.
42.
Area is equal to 42 millimeters squared. You have to have your unit or it's not right. Now, doesn't it feel like we're just finding the area of a rectangle base times height?
Yes.
So here's why it works. If I take that triangle and I slide it over here, it's like finding the area of a rectangle. You see the rectangle I just made? Whoa. See what I'm saying? It's like a rectangle right here now. By cutting that triangle off and sliding it over, so it's just like finding the area of a rectangle. I think that's cool. Who knows?
Cool.
Okay, last one.
Base times height.
Base times height.
Equals
40
million meters squared.
40 meters squared. Area equals base times height, 40 meters squared. Is anybody uber concerned or confused with how this process works? Are you good? Okay, 40, remember? Too soon? So, the next one. Now we're going to find the area of a triangle. Okay? Area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2. I like to use it just like that. The area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2. The base is any side of the triangle, and the height is the length of the corresponding altitude. So, if you have a triangle, 3, 4, and 5, and let's say that you have an altitude right here that's 2. So if you're going to calculate the area of that triangle, what numbers would you use? 3 and 2. So this is the base, and this is the corresponding height. Base times height. It's base times how tall it is. So it would be area equals base times height divided by 2. Or the area is equal to 6 divided by 2. Or the area is equal to 3. That kind of makes sense? So you always have to use the distance from the base you're calculating to the top of the triangle. Now that height can be inside the triangle or outside the triangle depending on what it looks like. Anybody know why it's divided by 2?
Because there's 2 triangles.
How do you find the area of a box? Base times height. And then if I cut that box in half, so it's base times height, and I cut it in half, divided by 2, gives me the area of that triangle. So it's like finding the area of the box and cutting the box in half, and gives you the area of the triangle. That's why it works. Ooh. Okay, a little bit of word problem action. Says a triangle has a height of 5 centimeters, and it has a base of 8 centimeters. Find the area of the triangle. So you can draw a little triangle if you want to. It has a height of 5. And it has a base of 8. And it wants us to calculate the area of that triangle. Base. $20. Yeah? Wrong. Why is it wrong?
Oh yeah, way more.
20 centimeters squared.
Centimeters squared. Now, because I'm such a fun-loving individual, and I have complete and utter faith, you guys will never forget that. There is one open response question under final, and it's find the area of a triangle.
Really?
Yeah. And if you don't put centimeters squared or the unit on there, I count it wrong. Just as a parting, I love you before you leave. Ain't that fun?
Yeah.
Please don't forget to always write your units. Or it's wrong. 20 puppies. No, it's 20 centimeters squared. Okay? You don't put a unit, I'll make my own units up. and I'll think you're talking about the wrong thing. All right, a little bit different here. It says a triangle has an area of 24 meters squared. So we have a triangle. The area of the triangle is 24 meters squared. The base is 8 meters. But we want to know how tall is the triangle. So we go back to our formula. Area is equal to base times height divided by 2. We're going to fill out the information that we know. Yes, sir. It's the exact same formula. We just work it a little bit differently. So what is the area? What is the base? 8. What is the height? We don't know. Divided by 2. So now we're solving for the height. It's all that. Maybe it's base times height. Let's put it like that. We're solving for h. So in this scenario, we have to get rid of the divided by 2. So we're going to take this side and multiply it by 2. And we'll take this side and multiply it by 2. Now on this side, 2 times 24 is 48. On this side, the whole purpose of multiplying by 2 is to get rid of the divided by 2. Those things cancel out. And 8 times h is 8h. So base times height now equals 48. And we can divide both sides by 8. And 6 equals h. We're almost there. 6 is okay.
6 meters.
Ooh,
Just 6 meters.
it's just 6 meters. So the height is 6 meters. Because 6 times 8 is 48. And meters times meters is meters squared. That's how you get 24 meters squared. All right, a little bit of backward solving, but still fun. Right? A lot of fun. Makes you happy.
Yes, very happy.
I like it. Okay, last one here, then we'll get to the weird stuff. The triangle has an area of 16 feet squared and a height of 4 feet. Find the base. So now we got homeboy triangle again. The area is 16 feet squared. But now I know that the height from here to here is 4 feet. I'm looking for the base. So area is equal to base times height divided by 2. I'm going to fill out what I have. Area equals base, question mark, I don't know what that is, times height, 4, divided by 2. Now, undo everything. So undo divided by 2 by multiplying by 2. 16 times 2 is 32. Those 2's cancel. What is b times 4? 4b. Divide both sides by 4. 8 feet. So the base is 8 feet. Not 8 puppies, not 8 unicorns, not 8 oranges, not 8 watermelons, 8 feet. You say you get it, but you still don't answer the first time. Oh, this is fun. Okay. Straight up basic problems, right? This is right out of the textbook. Here is a triangle. Please find the height. Or, I'm sorry, find the area of the triangle. So no more word problems. Here is a geometric figure. Please calculate it for me. Base times height divided by 2 is 90 centimeters squared. A lot of calculator work there. These things, maybe you don't have to show your work because you can type it right in the calculator. 15 times 12 is 180. 180 divided by 2 is 90. And we have a unit of centimeters squared. Well done, class. Ooh. Whoa. Where are you getting 16?
Add 10 plus 6.
What? So I changed the picture just a little bit, and all the marbles go rolling off the desk. So here's how my last class did it. They did the area of this triangle plus the area of this triangle. That sounds like a lot of work, right? But how long is the base? 16. Because 6 plus 10 is 16. So you can do base times height divided by 2. Does that make sense? So find the area of the whole triangle. 7 times 16 is 100, right? 112. I knew I was going to get there. So 112 divided by 2 is 56 inches squared. Pretty good?
Yep.
Okay, now here's where we get into the fun part of geometry where either you see it or you don't. This is why geometry sucks. Either you see it or you don't.
Probably won't.
I'm going to skip this one. Y'all cool with that? Okay. Here we go. We just start throwing shapes on shapes. Find the area of that shape, which is like parallelogram plus triangle.
You do the area above and then add it together.
Okay, so you have to find the area of the parallelogram first. Then you have to add to it the area of the triangle. What do you want to do first, blue or red? Parallelogram or triangle? Well, I heard red first. So we got to find the area of the triangle. How do you find the area of the triangle?
Base times height divided by 2.
Base times height divided by 2, which is 900 divided by 2, which is...
450.
Okay, remember, I won't be there for your homework. 450 walruses.
Meters
Meters squared. Thank you. I got confused.
You're going to keep doing that.
I am until you guys get it right. So the triangle is 450 meters squared. Now we have to find the area of the parallelogram.
88 squared.
What? How are we doing that?
Base times height.
Which base?
40.
Okay, so 40 is the base, but aka the top. Base times height.
22.
Huh?
22.
No.
What?
How tall is it between bases?
Oh, 18.
So it's 40 times 18. It's the distance between bases, or 18. It's never the slanted height, which is what?
700.
700 puppies?
Meters squared.
700 meters squared.
And then you add those together.
Then we add these together to get the area of the whole shape, which is
meters squared. Yeah, meters squared.
1,170.
It's 720.
Oh, it's 720?
Yeah.
It's 720 kitties?
720 meters squared.
Oh. So now we add those together, and we get 1,170 meters squared. So that's where geometry gets real fun. I can just start layering shapes and make all these fun puzzles and say, hey, find the area of this.
I love doing that.
Then make you calculate how much paint you would have to buy to paint said shape. Okay.
Do both triangles. There you go.
Here's where the hamster was like going full speed, and then he hit a road bump and it fell off. Look at this. Look at it.
It's easy. To me, at least.
Base times height divided by 2.
What are you finding the area of?
That first triangle. 14 times 40
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
divided by 2.
Wow, so we're trying to find the area of each figure. So what are we like? What are we finding the area of? We're trying to find the area of this triangle right here, right? And we're trying to find the area of this triangle right here. So that is the shape of the figure. But can I find the area of just this triangle? Because how long is the base?
14.
No, 14 goes to here. Can I just say like 12?
No.
No, you can't guess in math. I mean, you can, but 40. Watch this.
One.
How long is the base?
2.
14. How tall is it?
2.
So it's a triangle, and the base is 14. The height is 14, so I can do 14 times 14 divided by 2. Y'all see that? That's the easy way to explain it. You slide this triangle over. It still has a height of 14, but now the base is 14. And I went from here to here. So 14 times 14 divided by 2, that's 196 divided by 2, aka
98 feet.
98 square feet. Ghostwriting. Now, the other way to explain this would be to
Make it a square instead.
find the area of this square, which would be 14 times 14. That's the area of the square. So the area of the square would be 196. That's the area of this square right here. See the square? And then subtract from it the area of this triangle. So this base is 14. How tall is this triangle? 14. So it would be 14 times 14 divided by 2, which would be 98. So we did the square minus the triangle, and we would get the triangle again. So it's the same number. It's so much fun because you can cook it however you want to cook it. That's why this is hard to teach, because I might be saying it one way and you might be seeing it another. Then we get to stuff like this. What?
Height still apply to the
That's the
triangle.
same thing as
So this is 10 inches long from here to here. How tall is this triangle? 10 inches. So the area of the parallelogram would be base times height.
10 times 10 equals 100.
Just confused me. Tis confusion. Base times height equals 100 platypuses.
100 inches squared.
Oh, 100 inches squared. So this parallelogram is 100 square inches. Now we have to find the area of the triangle,
70 inches squared.
which was base times this same height, because it is 10 from here to here,
Either little than
divided by 2, or 70 inches squared. So add pink and blue together,
70.
and you get 170 square inches. So it is one shape, but you're having to do multiple mathematical practices to get to the area of the one fun shape. And then they throw in stuff like this. Like what?
You have to do base times base, and then the other shape is have a trapezoid.
Well, we don't know how to find the area of the trapezoid yet, do we? No, that's not. That ain't till tomorrow.
Triangles on.
Triangle?
There's a triangle right there. It's a right triangle.
Where? This triangle?
Yes. No. What the fuck?
Or
Yes. And then we get a rectangle. There you go.
so we have a rectangle. We can find the area of this rectangle by doing
Base times height.
base times height, 5 times 16,
5 times 16 is 80.
90. Right?
Not
80. 80
millimeters squared.
meters squared. So now we're stuck trying to find the area of the triangle here.
6.5 subtracted by 16. Get the height.
So we're trying to find the area of this red triangle now. So if the whole thing is 16 and we take away 6.5, how tall is the triangle?
9.5.
So now the triangle from here to here is 9.5 meters tall. Now the whole thing from here to here is 14 units long, and if I take away 5, now this piece right here is 9 units long. So I can do base times height divided by 2. That's 85.5, right? Divided by 2.
42.75 meters squared.
And we add the red and the blue together. And we get our combined area. Those are fun, right? You're making your own Legos now. You're having to find the area of the Legos you used to build your product. No homework.
Yay!
Yay! No homework tomorrow.
Yay!
Yay!
And then we get another
Friday,
homework.
your whole task, I have 12 shapes for you. And you're going to have all day Friday to find the area of those 12 shapes. That's all we're doing on Friday is just in-class practice with the pro. Good to go. So this will be on the YouTube forever.